Hello and welcome, I'm BornEightyFive. I'm playing Command & Conquer Red Alert Remastered online multiplayer. This game is from April 12, 2025, in the late evening, European time. In this video we are playing 3 vs 3 on the map Booby Traps, in the destroying buildings mode, highest grow rate, super weapons and redeployable MCV. Let me introduce the players. Team 1, top of the map. For color green plays BlazeR 20420. For color orange plays BornEightyFive Lux, that's me. For color yellow plays Killaflow. I am describing the video from my perspective, that means I will always speak of an enemy X or about our commander X or me doing something. I didn't say anything in the lobby. Killaflow was the host and assigned the players. He probably knows what he's doing. I have to say truth, I was rather skeptical that we will win the match, since Team 1 is very split at the top of the map and I think Team 2 bottom of the map has better access to ore. Team 2 bottom of the map. For color red plays BOT Opai. For color cyan plays the Wall 9. For color blue plays Nolski. Well, I have to say, I'm not very good at remembering names. I often forget who I'm playing with. That's why I'm not very good at balancing at an host. But anyway, I know Killaflow, who is on my team. I know the whole 9 and BOT Opai, who are the opposing team. I would classify my teammate Killaflow and the enemy BOT Opai as very good players. Enemy, the whole 9 and myself, BornEightyFive, as two very good players. The other two are more likely beginners. BlazeR 20420 and Nolski. That means you could say it is balanced. The reason why I, orange, the enemy, cyan, aren't building tanks as quickly is because we are both building a second MCV right at the beginning. At least I did that because our commander yellow is separate from us and I have to be better off supporting him with a second base at his location. Enemy red sends 2 tanks up to uncover the map.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Enemy red already has a lot of tanks, but stays in his base and even goes to the top left because 3 tanks incoming from our commander green, and because he can see that our commander yellow is on his way with 7 tanks to enemy cyan, who is basically sitting there with an unprotected base. I will quickly switch to the map view of red to show it.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Meanwhile, enemy red attacks my MCV on the top right corner base with a tank. This forces me to redeploy my MCV and I steer it to the central ore field. This will then split up my base into 3 spots. When commander yellow is in the middle of the base of enemy cyan, enemy red recognizes this quickly and immediately rushes to help, but it's already a bit too late. Our commander yellow was able to significantly weaken enemy cyan. Cyan was able to save himself with a second MCV thanks to his strategy. Nevertheless, Team 2's economy was weakened by the attack. Well, I was very busy setting up Northfield in the center and distribute my forces to the left and to the right, but Commander Green definitely had a chance to destroy 2 of enemy Red's refineries with all of his tanks when Red was at enemy Cyan's base to help with all of his tanks. Green was a bit sleepy here. Enemy Blue also camped in his base. Our Commander Yellow now also moves to the right and starts attacking Blue's refineries, and it takes a while until Blue even defends himself. Green has built rocket vehicles that are not really useful in the current situation, so these are all signs that blue and green are more of beginners. Now the enemy red is attacking with his large amount of medium tanks on the left side, and he clearly outnumbers us. So things are looking bad for us on the left side. At the same time, enemy cyan sends all his units diagonally upwards, aiming to destroy my support for our commander yellow on the top right corner. While our commander yellow now tries to completely remove the beginner blue from the match, so we can focus on the more heavy enemies after this. Just as our commander yellow doesn't completely kill blue, but merely stops his production, the enemy red does the same thing to our commander green. Both move through their base. Enemy continues to move toward my base to the left corner, while commander yellow does similar movement by targeting the base of enemy cyan and red now. Because enemy blue can't produce anything anymore, he is finally woken up and is attacking, not our commander yellow, who has a good Tesla defense visible for the enemy's radar, but he is attacking my base in the center. I do have tanks in top right corner base, but since I'm busy selling my top left base because enemy red is currently destroying everything in my left corner base, enemy cyan has an easy play of destroying my top right base. Enemy blue and enemy red managed to destroy my MCVs in my bases. I even produced another MCV before, but enemy cyan also managed to destroy this driving MCV. Actually, this MCV was superfluous. It would have been better if I had produced tanks instead. I don't even remember why I produced another MCV, even though I was already at 3 spots. The destruction of my MCVs was fatal for me, because I can no longer produce. After a short time I also stopped my harvesters, so they won't take ore away from Commander Yellow. Now comes to an interlude. Enemy troops move toward our bases, while our troops move into the enemy bases. The game mode is destroy structures. This means it's now all about who can destroy the enemy buildings faster. Enemy cyan recognizes this and sends his MCV to hide on the top of the map. This is a typical good strategy for an intermezzo. The MCV counts as a building, because if the enemy has to search for the buildings longer, you can win an intermezzo better. My attack took a while because I first wanted to gather my troops and then look at the overall situation again without radar in order to make the right decision. The satellite view and zooming out, you can already roughly see that we are probably going to win the match. Still, I have to say that in the match I didn't know what was going on until the very end of the game with seeing the results, because everything was so chaotic. Based on Commander Yellow's comments, I also know that he not really knew what was going on until the very end. That's because without the radar you have a limited view on what's happening. Commander Yellow was also very busy selling almost everything at top and moving to bottom right and defending his base there. Enemy cyan started paying less attention to me because both enemy red and enemy cyan now were trying to prevent our Commander Yellow from building up his base in the bottom right corner. This made it easy for me to take out red and his big army from the match. If you look closely at the ending, you can see that enemy cyan must have already realized their defeat, because he took himself out of the match just before I eliminated enemy red. Just before that, Commander Yellow completely destroyed enemy blue. So not only was the entire game totally chaotic, but the end was also very abrupt. 3 players out of the match in a very short period of time. This match also showed that spreading with a lot of MCVs like a virus is a good strategy on this map. Everyone played well, the match was relatively close and well balanced, it was fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, don't forget to give me a like and maybe a subscription.